Liz for coming out and helping us out with our all-important election today. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, New York. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll retire Christina Aguilera's video, Coming Over Baby. You're more than welcome to come down to the studio, dress up. We'll send her off with a little party, and we'll pick our final finalist for $1 million. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Good night from NYC.
W. Bush takes the oath of office. Some Beaver County students will be right there. In fact, one of the students sold a cow so he could afford to go. KDPG Bureau Chief David Highfield has this story. David?
Yeah, Jennifer, we're talking about 29 students from Riverside High School. They'll attend the swearing in, they'll be ushers at the inaugural youth concert, and they'll be hosts, some of them will, at the presidential inaugural ball.
Some sort of dress pants.
Students at Riverside High call teacher Bob Nathan the man because of the amazing stuff he's pulled off.
Bathwater, this is going outside.
His marketing class found themselves on MTV once.
We ushered and attended the governor's inaugural ball.
And they wound up on a cereal box a few years back. But being at the presidential inauguration was their biggest goal yet.
This was a dream.
A dream that nearly became a nightmare when he wanted to make plans, but the election just wouldn't end.
I was going crazy as I saw people counting chads and looking at all that. I kept saying, please, please finish.
Eventually, the class got the unbelievable news to pack their bags.
Like everybody else, I was shocked. But then I looked around and nobody was doing anything. So I just hopped up, high-fived Mr. Nathan.
But then came the problem of raising nearly $300 per student in just 4 days. Candy sales didn't quite cut it, so David Daniels did something else.
I sold a cow so I could go on this trip.
What was the cow's name?
Number 16, actually.
Christina Haberman will also have to make a sacrifice, a hair sacrifice.
I'm gonna have to go a bit more conservative, I guess. I'm gonna probably just bleach it blonde.
The idea of hobnobbing with such bigwigs is a little intimidating. Are you nervous?
Extremely. I'm so afraid that I'll do something wrong.
Are you practicing ticket taking and that sort of thing?
You know what? I think I might after school today.
After all, this is something you want to go well.
We're going to be a part of history. I think that's going to be the biggest thing for me. I can say I was there. Not many people can do that.
Well, that's very true. Now, only students who are 18 can actually be hosts at the presidential inaugural ball, so only 7 of them will be able to do that. But there will be some very important people there, and what the students will be doing is taking tickets, and they'll be helping people find their way around. So if somebody needs to find their way to the bathroom, Jennifer, they'll be the ones to talk to.
That is great. How did this teacher manage to pull this off, David?
He has some contacts, apparently. He made a lot of phone calls. He did tell me, though, he was a little concerned at one point. If Al Gore had won, he's not so sure he would have been able to pull this off. So he's lucky it worked out this way.
Okay. All right, David Highfield, thanks very much.
Don't forget, he's the man.
He's the man. That's what it says.
Right there.
Inauguration of George W. Bush is on Saturday, and the North Hills Band won't be the only local contingent taking part in the festivities. Students from Riverside High School are heading to Washington to help escort many of the VIPs during the ceremony. Channel 11's Beaver County Bureau Chief Amy Marcinkowitz has details.
This is a teacher that the kids call the man. Why? Well, he's not only gotten them on cereal boxes, he's gotten the kids in an MTV video, and his latest triumph, getting the kids to go to the presidential inaugural ball.
On the evening of Saturday, January 20th, 7 o'clock until midnight at the Smithsonian Institute.
Marketing teacher Robert Nathan has the VIP ticket to prove he's invited. He's pulled a lot of strings, worked on this project for months, and then came the good news. His class, all 29 students, are headed to Washington, D.C. to usher President George Bush in as our 43rd president. Their role? Stand there, meet and greet, rub elbows with important people. The students are a bit nervous.
I am just afraid that I'll make a mistake or something, and they will yell at me, or I won't do something right.
These students have been in the spotlight before thanks to their teacher. Last year, he got them a spot on MTV. This is junior Liz Nowry. This year, she's headed to the Capitol to be a part of history.
It's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I don't think many people can sit there and say that they've been to an inauguration throughout their high school career.
You know, you have to be able to dream, and some things that you think are unachievable, maybe if you keep working at it, because I got 200 no's from 200 sources, and I just kept not giving up.
The kids leave for the trip Thursday right after school, and they have a huge weekend ahead of them. A concert on Friday and then the inaugural ball on Saturday at Riverside High School. Amy Marcinkowitz, Channel 11 News.
Amy, thank you very much. Channel 11 News and NBC News will provide live coverage of the inauguration this Saturday, January 20th at noon. Our live coverage will begin with Channel 11 News Saturday morning. We will have special live coverage from NBC News as well, and a complete wrap-up on Channel 11 News Saturday evening news.
Inauguration. It's a big show that requires a big helping hand. About 30 high school students from Riverside and Beaver County answer the call from Washington.
Those students will be working as ushers all weekend, from pre-show concerts to the big inaugural ball. Here's Shannon Perrine now.
These mild-mannered high school students will soon find themselves out of the classroom and inside the Beltway. Riverside students will usher in a new president by ushering VIPs to their seats for a Friday night concert in Washington. Today, practice.
It's a really big opportunity. We're not rich or anything, you know, so, but my parents are like, you know, it's something once in a lifetime offer, you know, you got to go for it.
Just the thought of being there is enough, but when you think about it, it's going to be a part of history. How many people can say they were a part of history? It'll be something that's an honor.
Their teacher hopes history lessons sink in, but that's not all.
I probably had at least 200 no answers. We can't do this for you. They can't work the inauguration. There's no way they're getting into the ball. And there were times I wanted to give up, and I think they saw that at the end. They didn't even know anything about this, but when I told them this, they had to know. He struck out 200 times. He never quit, so I hope they take that.
The students found out last Tuesday that they were going to get to go to Washington. They had to get their money in by Friday, $295, and they came up with all kinds of ways to raise that money. One student went to the family farm. David Daniels sold one of his family's dairy cows.
She wasn't making enough milk, so, you know, it was her turn.
But she served her purpose.
She served the purpose, yes. There's certain cows you get close to, but she wasn't one of them.
Good thing. Maybe when David remembers the inauguration, he'll remember how cow number 16 helped him get there. I'm Shannon Perrine, Channel 4 Action News.
For complete coverage of the inauguration, stay with Action News. Our coverage begins 7 a.m. Saturday with Action News This Morning. That will be followed by an ABC News special at 10 a.m. Mr. Bush will take the oath of office at noon.
Wonder where the cow went.